Welcome back to the channel. We have another video today. It's a little different than normal. We're doing some work on the Jeep Wrangler. I tried to look online for some videos or even some information on a forum about how this is done, and I didn't really find a whole lot. So I wanted to do a video on this, show you guys what we got going. What we're doing here is this grill, we're going to change it out with a black one. And on this, the only part that gets changed is just this painted piece sort of around here, not even this, just this piece. On the pre-24 Jeeps, this was a pretty easy swap because it was more one piece. You just took out 6 of these plastic push connectors, and then the whole grill kind of tilted out and the bottom kind of unsnapped. But on this one, I already removed this piece of weather stripping. It just pushes down in these holes. I just popped that out, and now I'm working on getting these rivets out. You don't have to do this before removing the grill, but I thought it'd be easier while the grill was installed. And I believe what these rivets do is connect this piece to this plastic piece here that just kind of goes over your cross member. But they're aluminum rivets. And they're kind of a pain to get out. But let me show you what I'm doing and what's worked. I got 2 of them out, wasn't too bad. I apologize for the wind noise. You can hear the garage door kind of banging. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's pretty windy, so apologize for that. So what I did is I just took a punch here, put down in the center so I could fill the rivet, and then I just tapped with a hammer. I already did all these before I started looking online. I realized there wasn't much information, but you kind of just punch the center of that rivet down through. And then I try not to, even though most of this is covered, I try not to do any damage to the plastic grill, just in case I want to put this one back in. Then I kind of just get some screwdrivers, just work my way around it. Obviously you don't want to slip off here because do some damage. And this one, of course, is being more difficult than the other 2 were. Try hitting down the center, gonna make sure I got everything. Like I said, these are, I believe they're aluminum. They are in metal, they're not plastic. And this one's being difficult. The other 2 that were not nearly this hard to get started. And of course the wind's picking up too as soon as I start this. So you can probably see I did mar out that plastic a little bit. Like I said, that rubber weather strip will cover that. I prefer not to do that if possible. Guess this was a good one to show you guys. If I would have showed you the other 2 and not this one, it would have seemed a lot easier. There it starts. right, that one just, it's all mangled up. Not sure why that one didn't come out as easy, but so I'm sure someone's wondering why I don't just drill them out. And that is the only suggestion that I did find online as far as getting these out, was just to drill them. And the 2 or 3 people that I read about that did that, the issue they have is when they drill through the head of the rivet, it's just plastic underneath. These just a couple plastic pieces, right, with this plastic grill and this plastic trim here. The problem is when you drill it, you end up hitting the plastic and then the hole ends up being too large. So if you're very careful, I guess, with your drill bit, you don't have that issue, but I'm gonna go this route and try to avoid having to repair any plastic holes. That's what I figured out on the last 2 here. The easiest thing to do is pry it up a little bit and then get a pair of cutters and slide underneath and just snip the top off, and then the bottom part of the rivet falls through, and I'll get that when I take the grill apart. So that's quite a bit easier than trying to pull it all the way out, and mars up the surface a little less. The hardest part's just getting it started. But I got those other, I think it was 6 pulled out. It probably took 10 minutes or so. It's not too bad. They're frustrating, but not too bad. Try not to get in the way too much here, but there's, I think there's 6 of these little clips. You gotta kind of pull the center up out. And if that comes out, that's okay. It'll go back in. Once that's out, you can, or once that's either pulled up or out, you can pop the clip out. Just one of these, and these are reusable. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera with my hands here. In the engine compartment, there's not a lot of good places to set the camera up. Seems like what works best in these, once you get under them, just slowly work them. Don't force it too much. Just kind of wiggle them out, and just slowly, they kind of work out pretty easy. And there is, notice on the last couple, there's like a little detent before you pop that center all the way out. There's like a detent it clicks into. All right, there's one over here you're not gonna be able to see. It's behind that piece of foam that I also need to remove. All right, we got all those out. Oh, I got one more right here I missed. Again, you're probably not gonna see this right underneath the camera. So I'll shut the camera off. I'll be back in a minute. Forgot to turn the camera back on. I just popped this piece of foam out. Goes right here, kind of seals up beside the airbox intake. It's got 2 little those Christmas tree clips. I mangled them up pretty good pulling them out, so I'll probably replace those. And then there's a piece of 2-sided tape here. There's really not much stick left to it, so I'll probably, before I put this back in, I'll clean that up real good, put a little bit of 3M double-sided tape there. I don't think you really need it with these 2 clips, but since I have it apart, I'll put some back in. I got a piece of foam on the other side. I'm gonna grab that real quick, and then we'll pop the grill off. Now this part, from what I've read and what I saw, the rest of the grill just snaps out. So with that, and again, I don't have the camera set up perfectly for you guys, but okay, now let me show you. This does have the front camera. So there is a wire right here. And this hose here is for, there's a little windshield washer fluid. I'm trying to show you. There's a silver button right here. Kind of push that in and it pops right out. So here's that button. Just kind of push that in like that. That's pretty easy. The wire, I'm gonna have to shut the camera off and get in there a little closer and look and see. I'll turn this back on in a minute. All right, I got the wire released, and there wasn't really a way to get the camera in there and show you, so I didn't try to re-put it. This is exactly, let me get centered up here. It went into the back of the camera just like this. So you can lean the grill out. But if you look on this side, so I'll use a small screwdriver, push that tab in and it pops right off. I'm gonna get an area to lay the grill down now, and we'll take a look and see what we gotta do to get all the trim pieces off. All right, we got it laid on the back of my tailgate here on my truck. Got a couple old rags laying down. So to start with, there's all these white clips. I already popped a couple out. Basically just try to do this one-handed. Use a screwdriver to push this side down. And tough to do with one hand. Oh, there you go. Pops right out like that. So I got a bunch of those. I've already taken 4 out. Got one more here, here, 3 here, whatever on this side. And then it looks like, sorry, moving around kind of quick here. Looks like these are just little tabs you pull back. And you can work that out. We'll see where we go from there. I don't believe these small screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them, I don't believe those are going to need removed, but we'll check and see. Because I believe this whole center piece, all of this comes out as one piece and will go into the new grill as one piece. But let me get some of these white clips removed and we'll see where we're at. All right, looks like 2 of these very small bolts need to come out, one on each side. And let me fit the grill up here for you. And that should be the last thing holding that piece of black plastic trim across the bottom on. I do not have a socket that fits them. It would appear that they're, look again, maybe 5.5 millimeter. We'll go with a plain old adjustable wrench. So I don't have anything else. Nothing else will fit, so. Not very tight. All this is a little difficult to do one-handed. It's all right, so you can see me spinning that out. Let me get that one on the other side out, and I'll show you what we have. All right, so what I found, I got those 2 screws out. This bottom black plastic piece is pretty much free to come out, but it's held in by there's 3 body color pieces. There's this one which I just removed. Looks like one across the bottom here, and then one on this side. I've obviously never done this. I'm not 100% sure this is the right order, but so these come out. There's nothing that holds these in as far as fasteners. What does hold them in, as you can see, these two clips, they snap in. Flip this back over, I'll show you. They snap in on that ledge inside there. Just use a screwdriver, kind of reach down in, push that tab in, and then just I worked it out from the bottom around. It came right out, no problem. So I'm gonna get the other side out. I'm gonna see if I can set the camera up, kind of show you as I go here. All right, I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see. So you can see I kind of, I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. I'm starting it there. You see that piece is disconnected. In here is this first clip. Again, I'm not sure if you're able to see that. Push that back and then just slowly work this out. It pops back in. Really till you get this clip and this clip disconnected is tough. You gotta kind of, my arm's probably in your way. So I'm gonna get this clip. I'm not sure what you can see on the camera, but I'm guessing you're not going to be able to see very well. Apologize for that. I don't know where to put the camera right now. And there's something holding this one up I can't see. Okay, there we go. I started from the top side here. Maybe this one seems like coming from the top side better. was a little more difficult for some reason, but we got it. A piece of body color trim across the bottom is the same thing here. Looks like there's clips. This one needs pushed in this way. This one goes that way. It looks like they alternate. It looks like I need 2 screwdrivers here. These 2 clips, I don't know if you can see it far, right here are very close together, so you can't release this one and then go after this one. You have to kind of do them together. I messed around for a few minutes here. I forgot to turn the camera back on. And I'm not convinced you can get this bottom black piece and that bottom body color trim piece off till you remove the inner, I don't know what you call it, the part where the headlight surrounds and this inner section here, I think has to come out prior to those bottom pieces coming. So I'm gonna mess around for a few minutes, see what I can figure out with that, and then I'll get back with you guys. I got the surround off. I was not able to film it just because I was moving around so much. But you can see this is the inner part of the grill. So this whole piece will just, oops, I don't know where you see it. This will all just go back on the new surround. I'm gonna do some cleaning on it. Obviously, there's just some dirt, dust, everything on it. Let me get this out of the way, and I'll set the old surround down, and I'll show you kind of what. Well, actually, before I do that, let me see if I can set them both together. It's kind of hard to see. See these clips here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 just along here, and a similar amount across the bottom, here, and so on. That's what those do, is those come up through this hole here and snaps over this edge, and then this tab keeps it in place. So you have to pry that tab up, push the clip back, keep that one out till as you work your way down the line. At the same time, see, this is that tab I was talking about. There's another one here. All right, so here's the first tab we were talking about. There's another one here, all right, and so on. So it's just snapped into place all around. It's not hard, it's just gotta take your time and just slowly work it out so you don't break anything. And then on the top here, you see, like, try to hold this in, show you. This right here, that's a little tab that fits over like this right here. And there's 5 or 6 of those across the top. So it's just a time consuming process. Like I said, it's not that it's hard necessarily, just takes a little time. So I was able to then get this bottom, where am I here? Here we go. This bottom piece of trim, black trim off. And then if you look and flip this over, there's still this piece of body color trim on the bottom of the grill I need to get off. That's going on the new grill. So I want to move, I don't want to scratch anything up here. So I'll move the center grill section out of the way, and then we'll get that back in here. We'll figure out how we get that off. It's just bottom piece of trim, the body color trim is the same thing. It just has a bunch of little tabs that need released. They're just hard to see. Just like that. Okay. You can see how dirty it is, but you can see all these tabs through here. And after all that, I'll flip this over and I'll show you all there really is to the grill part. So that right there is all I'm actually replacing. I'll show you on the back of the truck here, the replacement one. Those pieces in the center are just for shipping or just to give it strength so it doesn't crack. But I went with a PRX black, which is it's a gloss black with a lot of metal flake in it. So hopefully it should look pretty good, I think. Okay, we got everything put back together. I got all the these little metal clips. There's 5 around each headlight surround. Get those back in. All these white clips, there, all the way around. Those are all in. I verified all the tabs are locked in place. Got those two small metric, or I'm assuming they're metric, but those 2 small bolts that hold the corner of this little air dam in. So I think we're ready to flip it over and take a look. All right, it's kind of hard to tell in this lighting. I'll take it outside here in a minute. I just didn't want to have to deal with the wind noise on the camera, but you see the black, all this is black. And then up here, that's the grill part that I changed. And you can see down the sides and across the bottom, that's the body color part that I did not have painted to match. It matches the body color on the Jeep, but doesn't match this black on the grill. I wanted to leave that different. I think it was gonna come out and make like a nice accent. We'll see. We'll see we get it installed. Can't tell for sure right now, but we'll see. All right, I apologize for the wind. I don't know if this is the best light either. I'm trying to hide around the corner of the garage here, but I'm gonna get a little closer here. Maybe you can see the metal flake in the paint. It's tough to pick up on camera. I don't know if you're able to see any of that or not. I think I'm gonna like how this is all gonna contrast with a little bit of body color on the bottom, and then you have the factory gray with a little bit of metal flake in it here on the headlight surrounds. So I think this is gonna come out good. We'll see. We'll get it on the Jeep here, get the Jeep out in the sun where you can see, and we'll take another look. I didn't do any video on reassembling it. The reassembly was super easy compared to taking it apart. It probably took me 15 minutes, and I counted. I had a bucket of soapy water and I was washing all the parts as I did it, so I didn't film any of that. If anybody has questions though, let me know below. I apologize for the wind noise. I wanted to get this out to where you could really see, but so I'll just quit talking and I'll try and cut out the wind. This turned out to be quite a bit longer video than I thought. I'm sure it's not the most exciting, but like I said, I was looking online for some ideas of how some of that stuff came apart, and I really couldn't find anything. So I thought somebody out there might find it useful. So hopefully you did. Hopefully it wasn't too boring for everyone. If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button. If you enjoy the videos that we put out, please hit the subscribe button. We appreciate that. And we'll see you on the next video.